Alright, listen, whether you like this movie or not, you've gotta admit, the fact that a YouTuber has a movie out right now and is battling an all-new Sam Raimi horror movie for #1 at the domestic box office is crazy. If I was in Markiplier's shoes, I would be beyond grateful, but I would also kind of talk my shit. And on top of that, my movie is outperforming a bullshit documentary about the First Lady of the United States. Oh, I'm really gonna talk my shit. So shout out to Markiplier, man. We love to see it. So Iron Lung is an all-new sci-fi horror movie that is based off of the video game Iron Lung. The film is directed by Markiplier, and it stars Markiplier, Caroline Kaplan, and Troy Baker. Survivors of the apocalypse launch an expedition to a barren moon with an ocean of blood. Based off that description, I would have never guessed this was based off a video game. So this movie is my introduction to the game. And after looking up some gameplay after watching the movie, I think I would just stick to the movie. The gameplay to me doesn't look that innovative or interesting, but that's just me. Maybe I'll give it a try eventually someday, probably not. When I was a teenager, I was a huge Markiplier fan, but as I got older, I kind of just stopped watching his content, but I still remain subscribed to his channel because he was a big part of my teenage years growing up. And now he has a movie out and it is doing numbers at the box office, and I have nothing but mad respect for the guy. So for those who don't know, Iron Lung is a one-shot location movie, but even with that one location, the entire atmosphere is just jarring. Being trapped in this submarine surrounded by an ocean full of blood is every claustrophobic person's worst nightmare. Even if you're not claustrophobic, this is still unsettling. The film brings in a great sense of dread to the audience. We see this man essentially fighting for his freedom as he's descending into madness and finding out that there is something much more sinister in this ocean. If anything, you could argue Iron Lung is a bit of psychological horror. I was actually pretty invested into the lore. I'm willing to bet there was a hell of a lot more details as far as this world and our main character, but the film gives you just enough to the point in which you can understand what is happening on the screen. I would have liked that the film explored more about our character and his origins, and of course I would have liked to know more about what exactly our expedition crew is fighting for, but as far as this specific narrative, I think the film does its part. And let me just say, Markiplier is a really good actor. His cadence, his tone, his delivery was all on point. It felt realistic and natural. Like, I actually kind of cared about the character. Even though he is pretty much the only person on screen, the entire film revolves around him. Caroline Kaplan has one good scene and Troy Baker is vaguely on the screen, but the entire film rests on Markiplier's shoulders, and if his acting was not good, this movie would not have worked. For a movie that costed less than $3 million, the production was great. The visuals here are very eye-catching. I have seen movies that have costed $300 million and it looks like a PlayStation 3 exclusive, but the visuals were on point. Even the creature looked great. Other than me wanting more exploration of this world, I think my other biggest issue is that in the second act, the pacing moves a little too slow for my liking. The pacing in the first act was great, the pacing in the third act was just off the chain, but I would argue the pacing in the entire film as a whole is very well executed. But there is at one point in the second act where the film was moving a little too slow, but I was still invested into the story and I was still catching on to what was happening. But let me make this very clear right now. This movie will not be for everyone. This is a very heavily dialogue-driven film. Sure, you got cool visuals here and there and the third act becomes diabolically bloody, but the film relies not only on just Markiplier's acting, but also the dialogue. While I think both of those aspects are great, there are some people who may find that to be a bit boring. And to that, I say be aware, but also skill issue on your part. Every day, our attention spans are shrinking. You hate to see it. But in the end, guys, Iron Lung was pretty solid. If you are a fan of Markiplier, or if you are a fan of the game, I think you are really gonna dig this movie. And if you are neither, you might hate this movie. Maybe. But regardless, you cannot deny this film's impact. And the whole YouTuber to professional film director pipeline is something that I will never get tired of. So, plugging Iron Lung. Into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pass zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Iron Lung. Let me know down in the comments section below what you guys thought about the film. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Who is your favorite YouTuber right now? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comments section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one.